Okay, now you're gonna do that is the location. Once you've done that and you add the site, it's gonna actually come up here and you'll see HTTP semicolon backslash backslash DL dash ssl.google.com backslash Android backslash Eclipse backslash. Now you select the box here and then you install the update. This is actually going to give you the option to have, when you open file here and you do new and you do project here, it'll give you an Android project option, which normally it wouldn't give you there. Now you select new project, and also what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set up in window here, preference. You're just going to want to go to Android once you've done that and set the location of your SDK. Once you do that, you're going to get a listing of all the stuff you have in your SDK. You push apply OK. Now that's basically set up. Now once you do new project, you're going to get a window that looks like this if you push next, right? Now in the top, you're going to push hello, capital H, activity, capital A, right? And you're going to create a new project because you don't have one set up. And automatically you're going to have a listing of whatever you have in your SDK because it's actually linked now. And you select your 2.1 and you run hello activity and it all should pop up here. You're going to get all that. It's going to give you an option to put next and you're all set up. Once that's done, you're going to get this little option here. And now this is where you're going to want to drop in your new your icons with the guides. Now you open Res, you have drawable HDPI, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to drop it right into the folder, not down here but in the folder, and it'll actually show up here. If you don't get any errors, that means that it basically has the guide set up the way it needs it. Now once it's in there, it's as simple as export. No, sorry about that. You're actually going to right click on hello activity and you're going to have Android tools, export unsigned application package. It'll give you actually where you want to save it, and I'm going to save it right to my desktop. Okay, now in this file you have res, you have your drawable HDPI, and I'll have my new button which I just created without the guides, and you could copy and replace it. Now you'll see that I have the same icon that I started with the guides without them, but it's actually going to maintain the guidelines, so it's not going to get all stretched out and look funny. Now that's basically what you're going to do to set some set guides and re-sign it. Let's close this out, and I just want to go over a little something else, because when you're using Draw 9 patch, it's not going to be all as easy as such as making that button there. You're going to have some stuff that's going to have wording. You're going to have stuff that's going to have maybe it's going to be shaped a little bit different, have rounded edges. So you're going to have a little problem with that as far as setting the guides. So I'm going to go over real quick something that has words, which I've found to be like one of the biggest problems when I first started out, to figure out how to not get the words all blurred out. So I'm going to use the notification bar that you actually seen me make the last video. Okay, now let's go all the way to the right hand side, and we're going to set the initial right hand side guide, right? I'm going to go about, you don't have to go all the way from edge to edge. You basically want to leave a little space in between like it is there. And now this bottom part, since this is really long, a lot of people think you have to go all the way from one edge to the next. You really don't. You could actually start from somewhere where the tip of the arrow is on the right hand side and then start your way across. If you hold down the button and just slide your mouse over, it'll keep making the guide, and it's a little bit easier. Okay, I'm going to keep going across. I'm not going to go all the way to the other end because it's really not necessary. As long as you have another point for the top mark to be, you're fairly good. But I'm going to go all the way to maybe the S of the word notifications. Okay, and a little bit more. Okay, that's about good. Now, if you want, you could always bring this out a little bit more just so you can actually see the whole thing. And I want to look for like a center point, which I'll use that there. Now, I'm going to give you a little example of what I mean, why this makes it a little bit difficult. Because if you try to come right up in the middle, you're basically, if you look on the right-hand side here, you're going to see the letters are stretched out of proportion. So you don't want to do that. Now, you also don't want to go straight to the bottom because you're going to get something that looks like this. If you look on the right-hand side, you can see the bottom one. It has a big piece on the bottom and a smaller part on the top. So you're also going to want another one somewhere on the top to even it out. Now, it may still look a little bit funny, but this actually is going to work for you. Okay? It's gonna look fairly good on the phone. I mean, you're not going to have any problems with it. This is basically set. I'll save this. Okay? I'll save it, and it's actually going to go back to my desktop. Status bar closed. Okay, let's say there, and now my status bar has got it's got the guide set up for it. Okay, now once you do this, you're gonna follow the same steps as far as dragging it into Eclipse, and like I said, right click on Hello Activity, Android Tools, Export Unsigned Application Package, and it's gonna create a Hello Activity zip on your desktop. Once you've done that, you're basically set. Thank you guys for watching Mano456 .9 PNG guide. Hope it works for you guys and helps you out a little bit. If you have any questions, let me know, because this is a little bit of a headache in the beginning, but once you get it, it's fairly easy. Just takes a lot of work. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.